Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello friends, here I will explain language learning assessment about assessing reading, grammar, writing, speaking, and listening. Assessing reading. And the first is level of assessing reading comprehension. First level is literal comprehension is the most obvious. Comprehension at this level involves surface meanings. Second level, interpretive or referential understanding in which students go beyond what is said and read for deeper meaning. Third level, critical reading in which ideas and information are evaluated. Critical evaluation occurs only after our students understand the ideas and information that the author has presented. Second is testing formats for reading tests. In the first is multiple choice. There are a common tool for testing students' text comprehension and allow the examiner to control the range of possible answer of comprehension question. Second is matching. There are two sets of stimuli have to be measured against each other as, for example, matching headings for paragraphs to their corresponding paragraph, titles of books against excerpts from each book, and so on. The third is ordering tasks. Students are given a scripted set of words, sentence, paragraph, or text and have to put them into their context order. The fourth is short answer test. Test takers are simply asked a question which requires a brief response in a few words, not just yes or no or true or false. And the last one is free call test. Students are asked to read a text, to put it to one side, and then they can remember from the text. Second chapter is assessing grammar. The first one is alternative assessment. There are number one is schemes designed to limit language requirements, and usually these schemes are defined by their focus on language use, limited option for communication and accuracy. The second is class observation. Alternative assessment in this class observation can be done in several ways, including class activities, class communication by bringing up dialogue and written exercise. The next one is online activities. In multimedia teaching time, teachers can use the internet as a way to access students' grammatical abilities. The next one is a portfolio. It's a collection of powerful student assignments that tell viewers about students' or work should be arranged in chronological order and categories. Second is analysis of TOEFL grammar tests. There are 8 sentence patterns in analysis of TOEFL grammar tests. There are basic sentence and compound sentence, adjective clauses, principal phrases, appositive, noun clauses, adverb clauses, prepositional phrases, and the last one is expletives. Next material is assessing writing. Number one is genres of written language. The first one is academic writing. This include about papers and general subject reports, essay composition, academically focused journal, short answer test responses, and also technical reports, example lab reports, thesis, and dissertation. Number two is job-related writing. In this aspect, including number one is message, example phone message. Next, letters or email, memos, and the example is interoffice. And the next is report, and the example is job evaluation or project reports. The next is schedules, labels, and sign. The next one is advertisement, announcement, and the also manuals. And the third is personal writing. The first one is letters, emails, greeting cards, and invitation. The next is message and notes. The next is calendar, entries, shopping lists, or also the reminders. The next one is financial documents, and the example is checks, tax forms, loan application. And the next one is forms, questionnaires, medical reports, immigration documents. And the next one is diaries or personal journal. Next one is types of writing performance. The first is imitative. in this category includes the ability to spell correctly and to perceive phoneme or grapheme correspondences in the English spelling system. It is a level at which learners are trying to master the mechanism of writing. Second is intensive, or also called controlled, skill in producing appropriate vocabulary within a context, collocation, and idioms, and also correct grammatical features, and also up to the length of sentence. Third is responsive. In this require learners to perform at a limited discourse level, connecting sentence into a paragraph and creating a logically connected sequence of 2 or 3 paragraphs. Fourth is extensive, implies successful management of all the processes and strategies of writing for all purposes, up to the length of an essay, a term paper, a major research project report, or even a thesis. Assessing speaking. The first one is basic types of speaking. The first is imitative. At one end of continuum of type of speaking performance is the ability to simply parrot back or imitate a word or phrase or possibly a sentence. The next is intensive, a second type of speaking frequently employed in assessment context is the production of short stretches of oral language designed to demonstrate competence in a narrow band of grammatical, phrasal, lexical, or phonological relationship. The next one is responsive. This assessment tasks include interaction and task comprehension, but at the somewhat limited level of very short conversation, standard greetings and small talk, simple requests and comments, and the like. Next one is interactive. The difference with responsive in the length and complexity of the interaction, which sometimes includes multiple exchanges and or multiple participants. The next one is extensive or monologue. Extensive oral production tasks include speeches, oral presentation, and storytelling, during which the opportunity or oral interaction from listeners is either highly limited or ruled out altogether. And the next one is micro and macro skills of speaking. The first one is micro. The first is produce graphemes and orthographic patterns of English. The second one is produce writing at an efficient rate of suit to suit the purpose. Third is produce an acceptable core of words and use appropriate words order patterns. Okay, and the next one is macro. The first is use the rhetorical forms and convention of writing discourse. Second, appropriately accomplish the communicative function of written text according to the form and purpose. Third is confilings and connection between events and communicate such relation as main idea, supporting idea, new information, given information, generalization, and the last one is exemplification. Material is assessing listening. The first is types of listening. The first one is deep listening, occurs when you are committed to understanding the speaker's perspective. Second one is full listening, that is involved paying close and careful attention to what the speaker is conveying. The next one is critical listening, that involves using systematic reasoning and careful thought to analyze a speaker's message and separate fact from opinion. The last one is therapeutic listening, that means allowing a friend, colleague, or family members to discuss their problem. And the next one is micro and macro listening. The first is clustering, mean difficulty in distinguishing phrases. Second is redundancy. There is a repetition of word or sentence in the question which causes the test taker to be confused in answering the question. Third is reduced. Must know the sentence form of reduced to that if in the test, rather the test taker is not confused with the reduced sentence.